at your body.
I like the fact that Balenciaga's DNA is so strong that Alexander Wang managed to slip in a reference to Cristobal's passionate Catholicism without even realizing he'd done it. There was something slightly monastic about this, I felt.
Finding the resemblance and the similarity between, even the first look where it's a floor-length A-line coat with a mock neck, which, was inspired by cycling, but how that relates to a priestess outfit. It rings many bells, and I always find that quite exciting too, is finding things that aren't necessarily the most obvious to me as I'm working through, but then as I develop through the process, it's like, oh, the similarity is quite shocking.
Where did you start in the archives with this collection?
We really started more with this idea of opulence and being exuberant and how to be a little bit more fun. It's not the first thing that you think of when you think of the Cristobal Archive, it's more the austerity and the purity. And we wanted to take this idea of decoration and opulence and kind of apply it to things that felt very everyday and felt utilitarian, such as straps on bags, straps on shoes, and kind of take the preciousness out of what that meant and that connotation.
Let's look at the board, because I loved the lilac outfit.
We started with a very kind of monochromatic palette of different ivory and bone colors and white, and then we love this idea of the lilac and the blush kind of softening with all of the mesh that kind of slivered through the seams of the bustiers and the dresses. We thought, well, a great way to kind of see those colors was also in something that was much more soft and more feminine and more sensual.
When you immerse yourself in the house, it just sort of subliminally emerges, do you think?
I try to always be very respectful and kind of, I have my own brand that I started with and I put all of myself into it. So when I came here, it was about visiting a different part of, the process and how I look at influence and what I look at, as being a designer out of a brand that has a pre-existing heritage. To think that I also have two brands that I'm working at and where this path kind of takes me, is always a different journey and a different discovery of my own.